Tonight, Chief Meteorologist George Flickinger is giving us an update to his original winter weather outlook we showed you in November. Now, you might remember that George was excited about snow.
Indeed, got the rest of us excited too. While the snow totals haven't been what some of you wanted, don't write off your dreams of wintry weather just yet. George shows us why you can still hold out hope for snow.
Hey everyone, I want to show you where we stand on our winter weather outlook so far and what's ahead for the rest of the winter. We also have to address the elephant in the room, the lack of snow, because you probably remember this, our snowfall forecast. We were calling for big snow potential and it has not happened. In fact, this snow that we're creating in the studio right now, this might actually be more snow than some of you have seen this winter. However, winter is not over, and neither are our chances for snow.
Before we look ahead, before we are jumping forward to late February and March, let me first catch you up with where we stand now. The drought has officially ended. We changed from dry to wet in late November. As expected, we've seen El Nino taking over. As we told you in November, El Nino typically brings wetter than normal weather. Every single inch of the ABC 13 viewing area has experienced a very rainy season. The Dan River exceeded flood stage across Southside last month. Minor to moderate flooding pushed water out of the riverbanks in Pittsylvania and Halifax counties. Rainy days have occurred thanks to a series of large low-pressure swirls coming up from the south. But we haven't been cold enough for large amounts of snow.
If you're in Lynchburg or Bedford, Roanoke, Amherst, or Nelson, you have seen more snow this winter than last year, but nowhere near what I was forecasting. I originally thought we could see multiple snow days in January. After all, we had the cold air. January did run slightly colder than December as expected. Lynchburg dropped to 9. Roanoke and Danville reached 13 degrees. However, we missed the big snows because this cold air was not in place at the same time we had the rain. So instead, we ended up with the 8th wettest January in both Lynchburg and Danville's history, with over 6-inch totals. While not a top 10 finish, Roanoke did have 40% more rain than normal. If temperatures were just 5 degrees colder, from cloud to ground, big snowfall days would have occurred, and the snow forecast would have been right. But we were too warm for Frosty the Snowman. Lots of rain instead.
Now let's look ahead. I do think we'll have opportunities for snow either late February or early March. Here's why I think so. Check out this cold air and what it means for us. During late February, a push of colder air will likely reach the Gulf of Mexico. This is a really favorable spot for a low-pressure swirl to form where this cold air stalls in the Gulf. From that point, the large area of precipitation rides up and along the East Coast toward Virginia. The coldest parts of February will be late month. Not record-setting, but cold days and nights will occur. Teens and 20s for lows. If this cold air times itself out with the low-pressure swirl, we'll have big snow potential. Long-range data also suggests colder weather returning in short spurts during March, along with near-normal precipitation.
In our original winter weather outlook, we told you this winter shows the best potential for a 6-inch snowstorm in the last 5 years. Now, whether this proves accurate or not is to be seen, but this is the storm track you want if you're looking for major snow. An active 4 weeks are ahead with occasional cold blasts and precipitation chances. Providing that we aren't too warm, we are going to have another snowstorm potential date to track. So snow lovers, don't give up hope yet.
The ABC 13 Weather Desk, sponsored by Freedom First.
Okay, so after you're watching that, I'll try to be as specific as I can. And the first thing I'm going to tell you is that there is not a specific date that we're watching. However, I would say the last week of February. That is likely going to be our best chance for us to get snow. But unfortunately, if you're wanting a huge snowstorm like the 6-inch totals, we are thinking 6-inch plus out of a single storm, while not impossible, I do think it is unlikely that we would see snow of that magnitude. And we are going to be running out of time as we work our way into early March. So with that being said, it's not impossible for us to get snow in March, but I think our best bet, if we are going to see significant snow, it would have to be during the last week of February. After that, we're running out of time with Mother Nature.
Thanks for watching the ABC 13 YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos and live coverage and local stories, click to subscribe and download our ABC 13 News app.